When was it that you kind of reached out to those recruiters and said, there's only a couple jobs that I would even consider?
It's happened. I've gotten calls for the last 2 or 3 years. They were Power 5 type jobs. But I had one earlier this summer where I told the guy, he's called me a couple times. I said, hey, I appreciate it, and don't stop calling me, but I'm just telling you, there's only a handful of jobs I think I'd leave here for, or I'd consider leaving here for, and they may never call. And that's part of it. But going through this process, I don't think I'd leave Mississippi State for anywhere in Florida.
Did you give him specific names?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
What's the closest you came to considering any other previous offer?
I really never.
Really?
Never came close. No.
So what's the one thing that jumped out to you when Florida said?
I've always admired this place, admired the job that's been done, not just by Jeremy, but the whole staff. A lot of the people on this staff I have relationships with just from being in the SEC, so I know how talented they are and I know how good they are, and just respect the way Florida has gone about achieving this unbelievable success, and how can you not be attracted to that?
How tough is it for this process going back to June when you kind of know where your mind's at, but it just takes a while for everything to come together, and you're doing one job but considering another job?
And that's a challenge, and that's where my faith played into it. I did a lot of praying, and just the day I felt like this is where I was being led to come and further my career.
Was there one big factor in that kind of needing that time frame and the factors that Mississippi State you mentioned that needed to be taken care of, or?
One of my concerns was how was Mississippi State going to be, and we're all replaceable, and I knew Mississippi State's going to be able to. I know Mississippi State's going to be able to find somebody who can build on what we've done there, what's happened there. And a lot of special things have happened at that place. There's a lot of really good, talented people there, and I know they're going to be taken care of.
When you follow the media reports on these searches, how accurate or off, or?
I think they're more off than they are accurate. Being in the business, you kind of know probably a little bit more than it's out there in some of the reports, and none of that really bothered me during this process.
And just lastly, did you actually kind of sit down with your family and have that one big conversation? And if so, when was that, and how did that go?
We had a number of conversations. When they first called, I just mentioned it to my kids, and then when it kind of picked up steam, I kind of had another conversation, and we've had a lot of talks, and really proud of the way they've handled this. It's not easy. You move in 10th grade or 7th grade, and in my wife's case, moved from your hometown where your parents live. And I'm really proud of the way they've handled this, and again, I think we all think this is where we're supposed to be.
And also, the president mentioned you met in Birmingham. What was your first time visiting campus and kind of just surveying what you might be inheriting?
Yesterday.
Yesterday was the first time?
Yeah, obviously, I've been on campus several times through the years, being in the SEC, but first time here in this process was yesterday.
What is your assessment of the facilities you're taking over?
I just know them more from memory than I have had a chance to really look at them here, and I've always thought Florida had really good facilities, but there's always a chance to improve and move forward. I'm excited about being part of that process.